Hi guys, so I'm gonna read something different. Instead of a comic book, I'm gonna read a script. So this was an canceled movie. It became a different type of movie. This was supposed to be a Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman movie that was gonna be officially made. But instead it became the Halle Berry Catwoman movie, which really was really bad and it sucked. But this movie script is completely different. I read a bit through it, and it's completely different from the Halle Berry movie. It's like completely has nothing to do with it. But yeah, this was written in 1995 apparently, and I don't know if they had the licenses to other characters besides Catwoman, because there's original superheroes in this story. Um, I might have to go part by part, so I'll do like 20 minutes one part, and then 20 minutes another part, and the thumbnails will just be like pictures of Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. So again, this is a canceled movie that never happened. This movie never happened, but it could have happened. So Catwoman by Daniel Waters, June 16th, 1995. In complete darkness, a cat is heard moaning, at first gently, then unbearably. Exit, a snowy patch of Gotham City, night. Coming out of the darkness, the viewer's viewpoint glides across a moonlit blanket of snow toward the cry of a wounded feline. A black cat is revealed, twitching on its back amid the expanse of white. The viewer hangs over her only briefly before drifting forward. Like mismatched carpet samples, the patch of glowing snow cuts neatly absurdly at a patch of sun-scorched desert. Exit, the desert day. Easing all the way into the daylight desert, one catches sight of the lizard and glooms onto the creature's frenetic path, moving faster and faster across the parched land, until zap, the lizard kamikazes into a grand electrified barricade. The viewer's viewpoint arcs over the fence, way, way into the air to take in a spectacular view of the sparkling Oasisburg, a gorgeous urban island in a sea of dirt and sand. Major Emerald City vibe. Um, so from Wizard of Oz. As the viewer circles the city, day turns to night. Lights blast on everywhere, and the voice of Selina Kyle insinuates on the soundtrack. So Selina, voiceover. I do not know how I came to live in Oasisburg. No one ever does. But then I have forgotten what is, and more important, to the point, whatever was. The viewer's viewpoint whooshes down into the city to squeamishly embrace its majestic tackiness. As frightening as it sounds, the city is a crazed amalgamation of LA, Vegas, Palm Springs, Disneyland. Garish billboards shriek simple messages like, relax and be happy. People putter about on not in cars, but in adorable golf cart vehicles. The viewer makes a dazzling plowdown on the painful neon of the city's main street, towards an awesome edifice at the end. A casino, and more to end all casinos and more. A colossal sign proclaims it Frank's Fun Place. Selena, voiceover. The most hot and most top tourist spot in the world. A place like all places, only more so. Was I, Selena Kyle, having fun with the fun of Oasisburg? The answer is no. The whooshing airborne tour of Oasisburg, Selena's narration, and whatever holy music is bellowing on the soundtrack, all comes to a dead halt outside a lit-up room in the middle of a bland office building. Enter the stark room of blandness, night. Beneath a flickering fluorescent, a group of unhappy women sit slumped in a circle of uncomfortable chairs. Not very spectacular. Heading the group in infinitely more upbeat dress and demeanor, as if she is on a first date, is an ultra-perky demon named Dr. Penelope Snuggle. Penelope. We did it. We've won. Over the last years, there have been super changes for women, and we should be pleased as, dare I say it, punch. Hand it back, proceed to pat. There are limits, though, and Barbara, if you try starting your own business, you'll probably fail. I say that in the nicest possible way. Who's next? Sad woman. Hi, I'm Mona, and I'm a victim. The group. Hi, Mona. Sad woman. My husband tried putting styrofoam down in the garage disposal. I told him he shouldn't do that. He just started screaming at me. I have one word for you, Mona. Shh. It's better for a woman's soul to take pain than to give it out. Now we have finished my new book. Penelope holds up a hardcover with a lame drawing of Catwoman. The Catwoman Complex by Dr. Penelope Snuggle. Penelope. The Catwoman Complex, of course, refers to the fabled Catwoman. We all know the tale, pardon the pun, a couple years back. And where else but that gloomy heckhole Gotham City? A woman, all done up as a black cat, was supposedly committing various acts of terrorism. Whether or not she actually existed, this Catwoman has much to teach us. That the pursuit of power turns women into monsters, and very unhappy monsters at that. Women, stop trying to be Catwomen and start being women. Who's next? A short, sweet pan is made from the sad woman to the completely bent-over woman beside her. She raises her head. It is the woman we all know to be Selina Kyle, and she has been through hell. With all her energy, she aches her voice into a barely audible, melancholy rasp. Selina. Hello, I'm Selina Kyle. The group. Hi, Selina. And I'm a victim. I mean, that's what they told me. I was brought into an emergency room, that aforementioned hellhole Gotham City. Scars, bruises, and bullet holes all over my body. Most interesting thing is that's ever happened to me, and I remember nothing. Nothing. My mother brought me here to Oasisburg to relax and be happy, just like the billboards say. But it's hard. Selina is rudely cut off by a melodic chime sonic booming across the city. All the women except Selina do a giddy Pavlovian leap from their chairs and race to the window. No longer a sad woman. It's the call for the cult of good. Be still, my heart. Though the lady's POV, criminal activity is in progress down below. Main Street, Town Square, night. An army of men in zebra-striped shirts and black berets hustle out from the gaping, smoking hole in the face of the bank. They rush to a line of getaway golf carts. Their eye-patched leader shouts up at the melodic chiming. Eye-patched leader. Hurry, men, those silly superheroes are coming. One golf cart zips off down an alley, while another rumbles away down Main Street. Suddenly, a vast but sleek van plows forth, knocking the latter golf cart out of frame like a toy. Pouring out of every casino, Hard Rock amusement center, and putt-putt course on the block comes an overwhelming assortment of delirious, fun-wardrobe tourists and citizens. They encircle the crime scene as though it were an impromptu street carnival. They chant cult of good, cult of the crooks are too freaked to move. Into the unspectacular room. The women's group is drawn into the excitement of the crowd below. A squeaky-voiced sweetheart named Dee Dee swings from the window to tug her up her slumped on a chair friend Selina. Dee Dee. Selina, you're missing all the heroics. Hurry. Selina, do I have to? And exit. Town Square, Main Street. Of the back door of the van, sesame's open. A toll booth-sized behemoth is the first to emerge with a sunglass halo wrapped over his eyes, around his hairless head. Like his forthcoming partners, he wears red boots, a red cape, and a chest plate with the Cult of Good insignia. He is Mammoth. Now, this Mammoth I don't think has anything to do with the Mammoths from Teen Titans. I don't think he has nothing to do with that. But a young boy wearing a t-shirt with Mammoth's image on it raises his fists into the air. Mammoth! Next out of the van, in the cape boots chest plate ensemble, is Spooky. Lithe and limber and Asian. Okay. Spooky wears a red hood around the head with enough of the face exposed to give off a definite whiff of androgyny. The crowd makes a 000 noise. A TV reporter cuts in. As you all know, the crowd's not booing. They're just shouting the name of the next cult of good crime fighter, Spooky. Preening out of the van next with perfect blonde hair and silk eye mask barely impinging his beautiful face is Adonis. He has an adorably boyish jetpack on his back. The women in the crowd openly lose it, exploding into tearful, sweat-stroked Beatlemania wails. Adonis. Sometimes I think they love me just as much as I do. Enter the unspectacular room, night. The women at the window follow suit. Oh, Adonis, it's Adonis, my favorite, my Adonis. So perfect, so beautiful. So, did I say perfect? Selena wearies up an eye roll at her drooling group mates. Exit town square of the main street. Next out of the van like a rock star taking the stage, with a very prickly head of hair, strange goggles, and a ratty leather jacket beneath cape, is the rashly cocky Cactus. Cactus has only one good arm. His other arm is a piece of machinery resembling a small cannon. So he's like Mega Man, I guess. You folks want to see a little morality tonight? Yeah, I can't hear you. The crowd goes crazier. A pack of worshipful would-be punks in imitation jackets and goggles high-five each other. Yes, Cactus is raw. The crowd settles into complete silence. The army of robbers are more paralyzed than ever by baffled fear. Enter Frank's Fun Place. Casino customers stop playing and drift to a big screen TV. The unspectacular room, night. The women lean their foreheads to the window. Even Selena is intrigued. Town square, Main Street. I don't need to introduce the last men of the van. The leader of the cult of good. Our own personal savior, Captain God. In semi-slow motion, in an overpowering, all-encompassing yet elegant and uncumbersome helmet, comes the charismatic Captain God. His voice goes through a crackling scrambler box in his helmet that makes him sound like the ultimate stiff, straight, white movie male authority figure of all time. Unholstering a very cool console, he remotes off the melodic chime. There is law and there is justice. There is the river and there is the dam. There is the Danish and there is the English muffin. In between there is only I. The moved and near tears mob thunders up with sanctimonious cheers. Captain God rules! God is good! The superhero team ossified together into a perfect pose. Flashballs explode all around them as their torse fire their cameras. Breaking from the paralysis, one of the ticked-off robbers pulls out a gun. Is this a joke? The robber fires his gun right at the unblinking mammoth, who is merely holding up his hands. The TV reporter cuts before the image. Looks like this is one hooligan who forgot about Mammoth's invisible shield, made from a new, remarkable, clear form of plexiglass, created in the lab of the Cult of Good's secret hideout. 4 bad guys converge on Spooky, who raises a white fist-sized box and politely addresses it. Spear. Extending out of the box like pulled-out antennas is a formidable makeshift spear. With jaw-dropping dexterity, Spooky spins and swirls the weapon, battering away the knives of the hapless attackers. Yawning, the superhero's sternum pokes the first attacker to the ground. Then, in one vicious helicopter gesture, Spooky cracks the back of one attacker's neck while crunching the jaw of another. Without even turning to face him, Spooky over shoulder flaps back the spear down atop the attacker's skull, pounding him to the ground. Captain God fires a flame from his fingertips of a power glove he wears at a line of getaway golf carts. One by one they explode into flames. The eye patch leader uses the fireworks as an opportunity to flee into the odd crowd. Enter the unspectacular room. Selena cringes away from the explosion sound, holding her ears. Her group buddies continue to cheerlead. Selena rushes off. Exit town square on Main Street. A flaming crook is pulled across the frame by a runaway golf cart. Cactus booms. What a drag! Well done, Cactus. Two superheroes burst into laughter at their matching quips. Captain God turns to the viewer. In all seriousness, this one's for little Billy. He's the real hero. Enter Annette hospital room, night. Is little Billy Billy Batson? I don't think so. But family, friends, doctors, media, and a priest gloriously pat little Billy, who's in a body cast, autographed by the cult, beaming up to Captain God on a hospital screen. Exit town square on Main Street. I think the reason these aren't superheroes is because these are these aren't like the main DC superheroes, is because this movie's kind of mocking them. So if they were allowed to use the DC heroes, they would probably be using like Superman and going to Metropolis and that instead of wherever this city's to. But exit town square on Main Street. Gun emptying, the gun-toting bank robber's entire face contorts into smooshed agony, seemingly all by itself. Mammoth is revealed to be slamming him into his clear shield. As the robber crumbles into the ground before him, the young boy bobs from his toy. Just like the Game Boy! So that's probably like advertising. So Mammoth slams two oncoming desperados' heads together, crunching upon their motorcycle helmets. He then roars to wildly applauding crowd. They toss peanuts, which he devours out of the air. Yeah, well, this movie's kind of really colorful. Oh, I wish they wouldn't feed him like that. This is so spooky. I wish they wouldn't feed him like that. No, he'll be up all night. Enter a dingy stairwell. As terrifying cheers and explosions reverberate all around her, a dizzy Selena lowers herself to a stairwell, trying to keep it together. Regaining composure, she wobbles up. Exit town square on Main Street. Two surrendering criminals stand behind the other as Cactus approaches. We give up. Please don't destroy us. Cactus twists a harpoon onto his non-arm. The back surrendering criminal reaches to a gun stuck on the back pant of the front guy. Cactus fires his harpoon. Did somebody say 2 for sale? The harpoon sails right at the single-file criminals. Enter Frank's Fun Place, night. Instead of seeing the potentially yucky result, the viewer is given the deft sight of a toothpick impaled through 2 olives dropped into a martini, which is handed to the stern but smug mayor of Oasisburg by the smug but smug Fun Palace owner, Frank. Well, Mr. Mayor, a show like this is good for business. Never has a safety be so sexy and so exciting. I love my town. Exit town square on Main Street. Like the pretty boy poster boy he is, Adonis has completely removed himself from the action to autograph magazines and other memorabilia with his face on it. He's planting an uncomfortably deep kiss on a barely teenage girl when he's tapped by Captain God's mighty finger. Hey, hot stuff, you're still on the clock. Sorry, sir. The cult is my life, and my life is the cult. By God, Captain God, I shall not fail you. Adonis squeezes up the handle that blasts on his jetpack. He canaverals up, arcing mightily into the air. He twists past the towering buildings and the lit-up room in the women's group. He gives them a thumbs up. They squeal in pleasure, Penelope almost fainting. Back down in the square with a rebel yell, a pack of robbers rush a very calm Captain God. CG presses his belt buckle, causing an absolutely blinding flash. The robbers cower into incapacitated wobbles. Captain God strafes through them, effortlessly plummeting each of them to the ground. Cactus joins Captain for the stomping fun. Tourists delightedly camcorder the action. The viewer briefly gets the video POV. Cactus takes a camera from a family. Go on, get yourself a piece. Cactus proceeds to film the tourist family, giddily booting and flailing the robber. Boring through the crowd, Selena can't help but gape at this horrifying sight. Cactus swings the camera towards her. Come on, babe. Get in there. Be a crime fighter for a day. Selena backs away and rushes off. Exit Oasisburg Sky. Adonis looks to see the getaway cart thrashing down a back alley. Adonis presses a button on his jetpack. A silver ball drops out. Exit the alley. The steel ball thuds atop the golf cart, immediately outbreaking a billowing pink gas. The robbers immediately keel out of the crashing cart. A homeless person also thuds into a heap. So does a poor cat. So do some falling birds. So do some flowers growing on a windowsill. Exit Oasisburg Sky. Adonis laughs down to the cloud of harm. Breathing is a bitch. He rockets past a billboard shining out. You're on vacation, justice is not. Exit Town Square on Main Street. A desperate hoodlum makes a break for it. Cactus raises his cannon arm. Putting in a small missile, he takes aim on the screeching away hoodlum. Captain God cuts in front. Cactus, shooting a man in the back is not very noble. That is not a man, Captain God. That is vomit accidentally born with 2 legs. Well, I stand corrected. Captain God takes a royal step back. Cactus fires his arm. Exit darker Oasisburg Street off the square. The running away hoodlum goes up in a purty puff of smoke on the background of a walking forward, shuddering with her head down, Selena Kyle. Suddenly, the eye-patch leader scurries out before Selena. He does a deer headlight pose before continuing his escape. Selena re-trembles forward. The viewer notices a bulky, hunched-over figure on a rickety scooter puttering behind the faded heroine. Exit Town Square on Main Street. Cactus turns from the blazing and distance hoodlum. That's gotta hurt. A patch of the crowd wearing That's Gotta Hurt t-shirts give cheering thumbs-up signs. Cactus high-fives them with his smoking cannon arm. A squad of happily ineffectual police roll up on sirened golf carts to pile up the aching criminals. One suddenly leaps from the heap, lighting up a cocktail Molotov. He sprints towards a massive store selling every kind of cult of good merchandising. Adonis wishes to a landing, pointing and squealing. Captain Good, he's going for the superhero superstore. Exit the alley off the square. Selena spins around. Behind her, a withered but strangely pleasant, hunched-over Mexican woman with severe dark eyebrows rests upon the idling scooter. You again! I told you to stop following me. I've had enough of my life. I don't need some hag. Get out of... Selena is silenced as a flash hits her eyes, caused by the moonlight hitting something around the still smiling hag's neck, a key. Exit the town square on Main Street. The final robber heaves back to throw his explosive at the store of the cult of goodies. Captain God. Crime does not pay, etc. Captain God reaches up a remote and presses a button. 2 laser beams eke from the eyes of 2 marble lions on each side of the store's doors. The beams halt the final robber into an upright, quivering standstill. The crime fighters approach, all extending their index fingers, seemingly in order to tap them to the ground. At the last sec, the 5 superheroes lower their fingers and punch out with their other arms, sending the poor guy flying. The men go into their trademark heroic pose. The flashbulbs recommence. Exit the alley out from the square. Shaking off the obnoxious cheers of the crowd, Selena clacks forward. The sound of the scooter again coughs up again. Selena wheels around. I said! Selena stops herself. The hag on the scooter is gone. The only thing behind Selena is a beautiful black stoic cat. It blinks. Selena blinks. Exit the flashback to the snowy patch of Gotham City. Night. Again, the viewer glides over the familiar carpet of snow towards the black cat wailing on her back. The Mexican hag is revealed to be the owner of the POV, standing compassionately over the damaged feline. Intro into a too girlish bedroom morning. Selena wakes in the proverbial feverish sweat, zapped by bright morning rays. She quivers into an uptight right position on a flowery bed. The entire room is in fact quite suffocating in its preserved girlyishness. She drowses up to a dresser. Atop the dresser is a sterling array of china and crystal figurines, all depicting pirouetting ballerinas. They all seem to be staring at the ungrateful for the attention Selena. With her finger, she topples one over. She then gives a downhearted stare to a framed photograph of herself as a girl in a ballerina dress, arm in arm with her beautiful mother. The door opens. Selena's still beautiful, but severe Mom makes a live appearance. "You're late." "Yes, mother dear." Mom closes the door, then opens it again. She firmly resets the toppled ballerina, then recloses the door. Enter the kitchen mourning. In pretty much deadly silence, Selena sits across from her mother, who reads a newspaper with "The Cult of Good Saves Another Day" headline, at the kitchen table. Selena looks down to the world's smallest muffin on a plate before her. A hearty breakfast is the start of a great morning. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you're on a diet. The fact that you're still reasonably pretty is the one thing that you got going for you. Selena mock acting as it paid a compliment. "Oh, Mommy, you're embarrassing me. Is every single thing out of your mouth since your accident had to be a monotone mumble of cheap sarcasm?" "Maybe. It's funny. I've heard of giving up finding a man and raising a family to pursue a career, and I've heard forgoing a career to start a family. But I think you're onto something new, Selena. Absolutely nothing has a ring to it. I think it could catch on. How's that for sarcasm?" "Pretty good, Mom. I don't want you to think that I don't appreciate letting me stay, getting me the job. I've been a mess. I'm still a mess. It's just, we have to start having different conversation. I can't take..." Mom turns on a TV set on the kitchen table. Selena is miffed at the interruption, but lets it go. On screen, Captain God presses conferences in his comically powerful voice. "Every day I put on my helmet is the day I may die. We've all seen what has happened recently to superheroes in other cities. It is a dangerous job, but I am proud to wear body armor, so you don't have to. Thank you, God. Thank you, Cult of Good. You men do us proud." The mayor rips down a sheet revealing a statue of the superheroes, artistically tangled in a spiraling totem with the helmeted captain at its top. Jaw-droppingly phallic, don't you know? Selena pulls the plug on the TV. "I'll take your abuse, but it's way too early for the sanctimonious cult of gag." "Oh, so now even the keepers of the city don't meet your standards. You're late." Mom exhales out of the room. Also drearily rising, Selena throws her uneaten muffin into the sink. She yanks up a Venetian and recoils against the table. Through the glass at the back of the golf course green backyard is a grotesque hut. Even more disturbing, the old Mexican hag wobbles before the creepy domicile, stroking a fire. "Mom?" Into hallway, mourning. Selena flutters around a corner, ready to recall out. She catches sight of her mother doing an eerie, not unsexy body undulation in the hallway mirror. Noticing Selena, she stiffens around. "Don't sneak up on me." It's just that woman out there. That horrible hag. She's the one that keeps following me on her creepy little scooter. And now she's built a hut in the back. Why did you..." "Because she asked me, and I couldn't very well turn her down. Don't you remember?" "Of course you don't remember. That hag is the one who brought you to the hospital in Gotham City. For what it's worth, currently not much, we owe her your life. When I think of a single woman of Gotham City, amnesia is probably the best thing that could happen to a girl like you. Oh, don't forget your visor." Selena reels back against the wall, processing the strange info. Mom holds up a very goofy Oasisburg visor. Exit Main Street Day. Selena slips out of the shadow provided by the Be Happy billboard and into the sizzling sun. Visor atop head, Selena trudges down Main Street. Everyone else in the city walk and in the puttering past golf carts wear the exact same mega dorky visor. Selena scans through a single file lemming of children march into the superhero superstore. They come out the other end in Cult of Good t-shirts and bomber jackets, holding C of G lunchboxes, action figures, and pennants. So that's the end of this part. If you guys want me to keep reading, just leave a comment down below, like keep reading the script. If you guys want me to keep doing that, because I might read like this is experimental, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll keep reading the script, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.